Chapter 849! They're in the mirror! That's it! Hello and welcome to another episode of the Podcast. It is me, best guy ever, and it is you, hypocrite.
That is me.
And this thing we're doing here today is talking about Chapter 849 of One Piece, proper in Mirrorland. And let's not fuck around. Let's get right into it, because I don't have a lot to say about this chapter in terms of deeper One Piece lore. Just a bunch of shit happens, so let's run through it.
Yeah.
I do want to say, though, first, sorry, I immediately... no, I did want to say, though, that I really liked the, the cover. You know how Oda does, like, those, requests things, and the first page is Brook playing with tadpoles. There's a bunch of notes, and it was awesome. I was just going to say, it's just like Todovsky and fucking Mario RPG. Good for you. I'm so glad you thought of the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway,
so yeah,
let's continue.
We start off in the Vinsmoke guest room where the Vinsmoke family are talking about their evil scheme, which I assumed they might have done. They might have an idea for doing something nasty. So they're thinking of taking Pudding hostage once the marriage is done, so that they can, because they don't really trust Big Mom and all that shit.
You know, that's framed pretty, evilly here. But, that's just like every political marriage ever. That's, exactly what they do. There's always a veiled threat of violence behind it all, so I guess in the context of One Piece, it's a little shocking to see these kinds of behind-the-scenes.
Yeah, but I don't know whether Big Mom will allow that.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that they're saying this in front of all these, living homies with, the living teapots that might be listening in somehow.
We've established that the homies are sentient. They know things, and they do things like King Balm.
I mean, there's literally, one of the clubs, the spade on the wall has eyes, and it's looking at them. The top panel. He's like, what's all this?
Yep, the walls have eyes.
The wall
my
has
favorite movie. There's one, yeah. So, I don't really know how tightly under wraps they wanted this particular plan to be, but... yeah, not... I don't know. Also, I was also just wondering, do you think that they've got this plan to, get the leg up on Big Mom or whatever. Who do you think has more military might? It's gotta be Big Mom, right? She's a Yonko. That's a big deal.
I think if there's a battle, Big Mom might be distracted with the whole Straw Hat situation. So, I feel like the Germa Kingdom might have the upper hand in this particular situation. I think if it was an all-out, fair fight, I don't know, actually. I mean, we don't know how strong all their soldiers are, and
that's true.
The Vinsmoke siblings seem pretty strong, so... But
if you think about it, so, all of the Marines and the Shichibukai were what it took to defeat Whitebeard. And that was, a calculation made that, those two forces combined were about enough to defeat one Yonko with, all their allies and shit. So, man, it's...
Well, I don't think Big Mom's quite on that level of
Really?
power.
You don't think so?
I mean, specifically Whitebeard's, punching and making an earthquake happen sort of power. He could destroy an island with a punch or two.
How strong... People always say that, and even say... People really talked up how good Whitebeard's fruit was. Is it really that good? It didn't even... honestly, it mostly comes down to the fact that he directly hit... Okay, Akainu murders Ace in front of Whitebeard. Whitebeard then, in presumably his strongest attack possible, hits Akainu, direct hit in his most vulnerable area. Akainu is back on his feet fighting in 5 minutes, totally fine. What was that? Honestly, I think that was a mistake, Oda. You fucked up. He should have been more damaged.
Whitebeard did have a sword through his heart at the time.
He was fine. It didn't matter. Okay, whatever. No need to dwell.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgetting that, what are we talking about? The Vinsmoke.
Oh, we were just saying.
Yeah,
right. Their plan to leverage having Pudding captive or whatever.
I think I had a brief thought that maybe because Pudding was deciding to kill herself or run away or whatever, that they would actually have trouble trying to get her because she was planning to leave or
Reasonable.
or something. She wouldn't be in a place that everyone would expect.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll be like, "Oh, we can't capture her."
Maybe she'll flush herself down the toilet.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I would do in that situation.
Oh, I wonder if the
I'll
sewers...
go live with the goldfish under the sea.
I wonder if the sewers of the candy of Totland are made of chocolate.
Ew! Gross! Okay, moving on.
They gotta have sewers, dude. What are they? What's
no,
down
it's
there?
not real. It's not true. Okay, so next we're in the mirror world. And that's cool.
Yes, mirror world, so we fight... This is kind of weird, because...
Is that the exact same panel? Is that the exact same panel? It looks like it.
I think it's slightly different. I can't...
Yeah, alright.
Maybe it's the same.
I'm just gonna assume it's slightly different.
But, this whole thing with the mirror world, they... Basically, Chopper and Carrot enact their plan that we didn't know they had.
Yep.
To beat everyone instantly, and then they win. And it was the thing was, I didn't really care about
It went 0 to
Brûlée.
100 like that. It was,
I mean, I didn't really care about Brûlée that much, but I kind of want to know how they made a frog turn into Carrot. I don't get it.
I know how. I was actually confused by that first. So the plan here was simply that, remember before, when all those animals had been changed by Brûlée into, like, Namis and Choppers and Carrots, and Luffy had been, like, picking them up and grabbing them, and they were all still acting like animals, and it was a big clusterfuck. They clearly snagged one of those that was a frog turned into Carrot, and just used that as a substitute. Brûlée thought that was her, and that's what's happening here.
Were Carrot and Chopper in the mirror world before they found all those copies?
Okay, well... I don't know, but to me, it does not strain my credulity to think that one of the copies just, made its way into this place. I mean, the bottom panel here is Brûlée clearly in the mirror world, shining her mirror on Carrot, and then it looks like a frog became Carrot right there, so maybe this happened in the mirror world, like a frog got transformed?
I still don't really understand Brûlée's power, like, of turning... creatures into looking like other people.
It looks to me like she's pointing the mirror at, we're spending a lot of time on this, but nonetheless, she looks like she's reflecting the mirror. I think she's reflecting the mirror like the light. So okay, so like when you look in the mirror, you can turn the mirror and like look around the room or whatever. I think that they're just pointing it so that like Carrot's reflection bounces off of that and like hits the frog, and like that her power somehow makes that thing, that light bouncing, turn it into Carrot for
okay, but then how would Brûlée not realize that she had turned something into a frog and think that it was Carrot suddenly?
Well, she probably did, but remember, they've been running around for like a day, so they had time to enact a plan. We just didn't see it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little shit. It was really rushed and could have been better, but it was a little funny, I guess. Kinda.
I think
it was pretty shit.
Yeah, I mean, the cool rabbit guy... I kind of wanted to see him have a fight. The train guy was funny.
Yeah, he was funny. Aha! I'm literally invincible once I start running, and they cover his eyes. That was actually really clever. I was like, he says that he cannot be stopped once he's running, or that no one can stop him. And I was like, okay, so how's Oda gonna fuck that one up and like actually just stop him and contradict him? But covering his eyes and making him crash himself was very amusing. I enjoyed it. But Randolph jobbed, and I'm mad about that, because Randolph is cool. Rabbit guy.
Yeah, I feel like at least he might get up at some point and come.
I hope so. Just give him a real fight. Let Chopper have a fight against that guy.
I don't think this is quite the end of Brûlée, but I don't like Brûlée.
I want to see the Noble Croc. That guy's pretty cool, too. He's got his little hat.
Yeah.
I want to see him throw down. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
If they
died so fast.
I think if, like...
unsatisfying.
If they use the mirror world like I assume they might, to keep putting safe or transport people around the area.
Chopper just says at the end, we are now able to use the mirror world. Yeah. It's like when you unlock a new fucking power in a game. It's like, we did it, guys.
Like, then there's going to be more, like, these guys are going to wake up and then it's going to be fighting again.
Okay, Randolph needs a fight because he got a spotlight and is really cool. I want Randolph to get a moment. And Chopper needs more than this. This is not enough for Chopper to justify him being here. This is very scant shit. Need more. Oh, also, I thought it was cool to see Carrot do like a big area of effect lightning attack. So like, this confirms her power is definitely specifically lightning. She can just do that.
I don't think it was like area effect. I think it was just the liquid let it travel.
Oh, okay, that's actually true. But nonetheless, she was like, electrical Luna, and Luna's a cool word, and it zapped everybody. Oh, there was a stork, too. Oh, right, that's Randolph's buddy. I forgot. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. This part was weird and kind of sucked.
Oh yeah, Chopper literally says, we'll travel through and let's go find everyone. So they're gonna go do the behind the scenes, literally.
It is, yeah, it's literally behind the scenes. By the way, I like that as I still don't know what the fuck's up with this train guy, but he really does, like, shoot steam out of his head and, like, is turning the cranks on either side of his body. I don't know what that does. Maybe he just does it for confidence. But it was awesome, and I want more from that guy too. This whole fucking Mirror World thing has been a big clusterfuck. I don't know what its point was. He might as well have literally skipped to the end right here when everyone's defeated, and Chopper's like, "We did it, we unlocked it," and saved us all the fucking time and
It's got a
aggravation.
lot of cool imagery, but in tiny panels, and we haven't really seen a lot of what it is.
I suspect Oda is going to use this world to greater effect later. Maybe there will be something really cool that happens here, because God knows it hasn't happened here yet.
Well,
so
by the way,
we'll see.
the train guy doesn't say nobody can stop him. He says, not a single person can catch up to me once I start running. But of course...
Oh, which is just literally not true, because she immediately catches up.
Yeah, because she's a mink, because she's a fast bunny.
Well, that sucks.
He's just real fast. What's faster, a rabbit or a train?
God, he's got so much personality, and then he just gets fucked. All right, whatever. This part's depressing. Let's move on.
All right. Then we get Sanji's cooking something. Sanji's cooking.
And Chopper's not doctoring. Actually, he should doctor those people who just got literal third-degree burns and are probably dying, but he's not. Fuck him.
Yeah, so Sanji's cooking, and that was that. That's that page. Nothing really.
Whoa, dude! You're skipping over shit. So, I mean, Sanji is making food because Pudding was absent from some meeting she was supposed to be at. I don't know if we saw that meeting or not. I can't remember. But nonetheless, she's missing. And then he's like, "I'm gonna cook her up some food." And then we see on that bottom left panel that, like, oh, she was feeling a little under the weather, and we see that image of the bouquet of roses sitting alone on the ground. That's a sign, right? That's the red flag that she's dying, dead. Something real bad is going on with Pudding. That is proof. That is concrete
to give herself
proof.
A disease.
She could have poisoned herself. Was my first thought,
and
yeah, I guess. Maybe food will be relevant somehow to like counter the poisoning. You know.
I think they just mean she's not feeling like happy.
Okay, they're saying a bunch of shit, but all we know is that Pudding either told people or has made the impression upon those around her that she is not feeling well, and that could mean a number of things. She could have just said that and then immediately killed herself. She could actually not be feeling well because of any number of things that she's currently doing to herself, or she could have just lied and is like going to run away. All those things are possible. So I think personally she's poisoned herself, and it's going to be food relevant somehow. That's my hunch, but we'll see.
Yeah, not really much to go on at the moment.
Now, that bouquet tells us everything we need to know. She's fucked. It's all over for Pudding.
Okay.
What if she turned herself into a delicious pudding and it's going to make Big Mom eat her? It's going to be a big ironic thing. It's going to be great.
Well, what about the whole third eye thing? Isn't she going to reveal that she's a Triclops?
What if she ate the pudding fruit? That's what it is. And she's going to reveal her third eye as Pudding in her mom's stomach, and then she'll die. That's going to be her arc.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's better than this fucking mirror arc thing. Okay, let's move on. Brooks.
Right,
Brooks
now we got
things.
the cool shit. We got Brook in the key in the room, the treasure room, and he's beating up all the tough guys because he's actually the coolest ice sword skeleton.
Swallow banderole. I don't know what a banderole is, but you can roll your
Google.
band over me any day, Brook.
I'm googling banderole.
I bet it's a musical term.
Oh, it's the sort of flowery thing that you put ye olde text on. A long narrow flag with a cleft end.
Oh, that's cool. Is that like his... Maybe it's a similar name to his arrow notch strike, which is his...
It's a very medieval looking, like a flaggy thing that you would...
Hey, remember how Brook once gave that really long, unnecessarily long speech about how, like, this is the arrow notch strike, but originally it was called Yahazugiri, but was given a nickname by the people from my kingdom, and this is really important for you to know as I'm just doing this one attack. That
explain
just
it in
this
that
reminds
way? I
me.
forgot.
He really did. He went into a lot of detail. The first time he did that attack on the spider monkey guy, which just makes me think all of a sudden that we will in fact learn a bunch about Brook's backstory one day, and it'll be cool.
Yeah.
I look forward to that day.
I do like his single sword style techniques. We don't see enough
He's a
of them.
fancy boy. Yeah, he never does that shit. They're very rare, so to see him here is a real treat.
Yeah, and he's using the
Oh, and he did the
thrust.
thing. He did the blast, which
Yeah.
which we never saw him do because only we saw Ryuma do it. And Brook was all fucked up and was like, I could do it too, but it's not as good as Ryuma. But he's doing it. He did it just now. This is a fucking 500 chapter ago thing. Oh, it's great.
the whole Zoro does the slashes that fly across the room, and the other guy, and then Brook does the thrusts that fly
There it
across
is.
the room. And there it
it's
it
great.
is. He beats everyone.
awesome.
Everyone's dead. He's really strong.
Yes.
And of course, he finishes it off with a face with a
skull
pun.
joke.
A skull joke. Although he doesn't have
I
time
wish-
to do the whole skull joke thing.
He hasn't had time to do the skull joke thing in like 5 years. Throw me a fucking bone, Oda, and have him say skull joke once in a while.
I think it's a bit of a serious situation for him to do skull joke.
He did a pun. He can throw the skull joke, whatever.
It's all he has time for. And then he
All
jumps
right.
up to the thing, and he's got the key, he's in the thing, and then Big Mom smashes through the whole wall,
Oh shit.
and it's gonna be Brook vs Big Mom, so I have no idea what's gonna happen. I
That
think
is so
Brook is just
cool.
gonna get captured, because I can't see him... I mean, I can see him escaping using his spooky powers.
Brook's a guy with control over souls, but also his soul is quite loose in his body, if you know what I'm saying. So it might be easy for Big Mom to suck that shit out of there and just do whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah, this is
she's
gonna be
she's into him, so...
It's gonna be pretty
What if
bad.
they get married and they have a double wedding where Brook marries Big Mom because she thinks he's cute? Holy shit, please let that happen.
I mean, that's like...
She likes him. She thinks he's cool.
No, she's gonna put him in his book, in her book of interesting creatures. That's why.
No, this is her other book, her sex book that she doesn't. That you didn't. This is just an unrelated book that she's talking about.
She puts all her boners.
It's her porn mag. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Anyway, and one more scene, and it was
yeah.
cool.
It's Pedro, the what is this? The captain of the Nox pirates, who I don't think we've seen.
I really like the first shot of like this door opens as a courtyard and like just a wall of homies is just like smashing him in all together, which makes a lot of sense considering he's so speedy he could zip through any openings. But they're all like, I just think that shot looks really cool of like them all like, it's like fucking 300 Spartacus, not Spartacus, Sparta, just fucking smashing him through with no hole to penetrate in this phalanx. Looks real cool.
So,
I like it a lot.
And then we notice, well, he outright says the left eyes of both Baron Tamago and Pedro have been cut.
Hang
which
on,
I didn't notice.
Yeah, you're underselling what's going on here. This is a final
I mean,
emotional
it's
moment.
cool.
We're now
I don't know how
learning.
to
We're learning a cool thing about the backstory of Pedro and Baron Tamago at the same time. So we knew that they knew each other, but now we're learning that they've
they
got this
fought
deep
each other.
rivalry. That they fought each other. They have this deep rivalry, and Pedro is a man living on the fucking edge, and Baron Tamago knows it, and so he knew what he's been capable of this whole time, which is elevating the stakes in this situation. And and this looks like it's going to be a duel between Baron and Pedro here or something. Oh, this is great. This is great.
It is great.
And I skipped over, but like they both lost their left eye to each other. So they're like, you're that fuck boy who took my eye. Yeah, well, you're that fuck boy who took my eye. We are rivals and best friends. It's real cool. And in case I didn't already say it, Baron Tamago says that Big Mom took 50 years away from Pedro's life. Now, quick aside.
We don't know why that happened, but it's...
I think it's pretty clear it's because he was captured. This was his punishment for
being an
trying to steal poneglyphs. Yeah, but quick aside, it is a fact in One Piece that your average human is a little different biologically than humans in our world, and humans in One Piece can live around 130 years before they die. So minks, I don't know how long minks live. Possibly longer,
50
possibly
years
shorter.
Is probably, I mean, it would probably be like a big punishment.
It is, but he doesn't look like an old man, really, and yet apparently he's on death's door. I mean, for what we're hearing, it sounds like does not have much time left in this world. And I'm thinking if he's like 30, and frankly he doesn't look 30, To take away 50 would make him 80, which if he was a human, would leave him a good 50 years of life remaining. So I'm wondering if minks have shorter lifespans than humans in One Piece. Or maybe Oda just literally forgot how long the lifespans of humans are in One Piece in his own series. Also possible. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, it's hard to say, because, I mean, dogs and cats don't live as long as real people in the real world.
It could be something like that. Like being a minx just lives shorter because they have animal lifespans closer to animal. I'm willing to buy it. I'm just curious. But, so anyway, Pedro is clearly intent on not returning home alive.
So he's going to fight to the death. But
That's right.
Brook ain't going to be able to steal the thing because there's Big Mom, so... I don't know whether Pedro will die here. If he dies here, it'll be for nothing.
No way. He's going to get life given back by Big Mom. It's going to happen. I don't know how, but
why would he get it given back?
Because the Straw Hats will reach some sort of accommodation and they'll become friends, like I predicted from the very start. We shall see. And then we have one final page, which is very curious, and I have no idea what's going on.
Oh yeah, it's the Sanji sister, the
Reiju.
And she's got blood all down her leg. I don't know.
And she looks all fucked up. She's all wiggly boy. She fell on the
it's weird.
ground.
I'm trying to think who could have done that, because she's really strong.
She is super duper strong. So to me,
I don't know who could have done that unless she did it to herself somehow for some reason.
There aren't a lot of options here. It could be... Well, okay, I mean, just to throw this out there, it is possible that this is actually Pudding in disguise, having mortally wounded herself, and is, for some reason, doing this. I mean, that's a long shot, but I remember we had a theory about that before with the whole face mask thing. Maybe this is related to that. That's sort of a stretch. More likely, something bad happened to Reiju. And I have no idea what. I think
it's because Reiju, is on the side of Sanji. She might be trying to hatch a plan to save him or something.
She didn't, but she. That's true. That's true. Maybe she is, but she didn't even. She has not made that. That plan of hers aware to us. We are not aware of any such plan. So right now we have no strong reason to think that anyone would hurt her. The Big Mom pirates should theoretically be her buddies now. Or about to be her buddies. Nobody in her family would do it. The Garmin Kingdom certainly wouldn't do it. Sanji and Pudding are kind of the only two. And then, to me, it does seem most likely that she does have some sort of plan to, like, end the wedding and save Sanji or something. And maybe Judge did it. Or one of her brothers. Who knows? We need more information.
Were they
I have no
at the
idea.
beginning asking where she was? Maybe they didn't know.
Let's check real quick.
I thought that's
the
what they
last
said.
page. Was there any reference to Reiju on page 1? Let's see here. Where's Reiju? No clue. I saw her a bit ago. There it is, the very first panel.
So yeah,
you were right.
They don't really know what's going on. So
any one of them could be lying though, so this doesn't rule them out. It could.
You know
be
what
them
it
still.
could be?
Yeah.
It could be it could be like a third party or like a eighth party. I don't know.
I think that's
someone new coming in. With all the chaos of the wedding and the Straw Hats, slipping in to do bad shit. Like it could be a Blackbeard pirate guy.
I think that's not unlikely that it is some sort of other force. Because somebody, I mean, the fact that Big Mom is obtaining the strength of the Garmin Kingdom is world-changing news. If someone could become Pirate King, Kaido has a vested interest in that. Red Hair, Blackbeard, the Marines, those people are going to want to fuck this up. So it is entirely possible that something's going down with those guys. In fact, I would be amazed if we don't see some sort of third party jump in this shit and try to fuck it up besides the Straw Hats. Blackbeard is my guess. If it's anybody, I'm going to guess it's Blackbeard, but also maybe the Marines.
It's always been like that. There's no way that the Straw Hats are just getting out of this alive because of the power levels are just a bit too swayed in the other direction. So it's something's going to go down, and if there's a Blackbeard pirate here trying to steal the poneglyph from Big Mama's big nose, it's probable.
Yeah. I actually think that if things went down as they are, like Big Mom has been really magnanimous. If nobody fucked with anything, well, okay, Pudding has already like killed herself or something's going on with her, so that's already fucked up everything. and the Tamate Bako is going to explode in her face, so that's not going to be good. But if things went according to plan for Big Mom, I think she would willingly let Luffy and Nami go because she promised she would to Sanji. I don't know if Luffy would accept that, and he might just get himself killed trying to resist. But I don't know. But we know that shit is already fucked. So yeah, I'm interested to see who it turns out is fucking with Reiju and fucking with this whole plan. And it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be real cool. My money is on Judge. I think Judge did it to his own daughter because she was trying to save Sanji.
But is he a slicey
that
guy?
or Blackbeard.
Does he have a sword?
Yeah, he could have. He did have a spear. He had a spear before. Well, this is directly characterized. This is what sets this part apart. Like the fact that he ended on that panel. This is clearly starting a mystery. We're supposed to be wondering, like, who could have done this? So I think, because it's a mystery, like, someone who wouldn't normally use, like, a bladed weapon could have stabbed her. But we don't even know what kind of wound she has. We can't see. It's possible that she's just got someone else's blood on her. Maybe she just went to visit Pudding to, like, say, oh, Pudding, I'm so sorry that my brother, you know, you have to marry him. Like, let's be friends or whatever. And she found Pudding dead. And she ran to grab her, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then she died, and now she's covered in blood. And so actually, she's walking down the hallway just real sad, and she fell down because she's sad. That sort of thing could totally happen. That's totally possible.
I mean, the way it's, like, framed with the blood dripping consistently along the path makes me think it's just a wound. Potentially.
It totally looks like a wound, but this is the sort of thing that could easily be spun later on to be like...
Could be? It could be it was a prank, and she sat on the toilet, and it was ketchup. Yeah. She just got ketchup on her leg, and she's like, ew, gross.
And she's quivering on the ground in anguish about getting pwned so hard by her prankster brothers, those fuck boys. Yeah, it's probably that.
Cool.
All right. We've speculated enough about this shit. We'll find out. Is there one next week? There is. Okay, so we will be back next week. It'll be good times for all.
All right.
Goodbye!